like me and my niggas prepared for the dog. You hear me? So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop ball. I die for I let my color fly, ball. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch, think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. I'm from the city where they say about that ribbon like Perry Poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet. That's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cult need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup. I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. You PK bad man, I pen to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been in showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the pain, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
A little crack. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General Hunter. And we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians how the 12 tribes of Israel according to the Bible. Teach that according to history, archaeology, and biblical prophecy. So today we got law class tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding it down till precinct office of 1,000 Natasaka Bar gets here, and then I'll pass the class off. For now, we're gonna hold it down. So So let's see. All right. If you could, he give me Zephaniah 2:1. Over the ship.
This is the book of Zephaniah 2:1.
Right.
Gather yourself together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. He said, gather together. That's the first order of what Zephaniah is speaking about. Right. He's saying he's talking to the children of Israel, of course, right? So he's telling them to gather together. Right. This is and I don't know what people, probably have in their minds of thinking of what gathering together is what going to a Juneteenth festival, or you know what I'm saying, going to a cookout. All right. You know what I'm saying? Just have or gathering together on 4th of July. Black people even do that, right? Even when it talks about your own demise, when we was in still in captivity and in change at the same time, they still celebrate this day called 4th of July, and we gather together and get in the huddle and eat. No, this is not what Zephaniah 2:1 is talking about. When it says gather together, O nation not desired. You know what I'm saying? We're a nation that's not desired. So we're not just coming together for a time. We're coming together to be a nation again. That's the whole purpose of the ISUPK. That's the whole purpose of the Bible. Is for us to come together to build a nation under one banner. You know what I'm saying? Not under many different philosophies. Like you over here, you be Kemet. You over here, you believe what you call it? Pan-Africanism. You over here believe in Buddhism. You over here believe in Christianity. You over here believe in being a Catholic. You know what I'm saying? No, we're not coming under religion or philosophies or anything that's vanity. We're coming together under the Most High's laws, man. Under our culture. The Most High's laws is something that brings a nation together. That's what brought America together. Look at America. They came together, you know what I'm saying, doing their dirt that they did before they got this country. And now they have it. And now they got laws such as don't run the red light. Or, you know what I'm saying, speeding tickets, or, you know what I'm saying, they try to make themselves seem moral by not having, you know what I'm saying, a murder, you know what I'm saying, or being unalive. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that here for nothing, but they still do it. You know what I'm saying? But in the Bible, you really can't do it. All right? You're gonna get judged for, you know what I'm saying, unaliving someone willingly and for nothing. In the Bible, you would get persecuted for doing that. Here in America, you can get away with it. You can get away with unaliving somebody. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see what happened to George Floyd, that's one example. If you don't see what happened to Trayvon Martin, that's an example. Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, and many more. They've gotten away with unaliving our people, right? And even some of our people get away with it. They don't even want to deal with it because we got dirty cops in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They want the dirty cops don't make as much money as you think. So it's like they need that extra drug money being done, you know what I'm saying, in the hood. So they're using our people to escalate the issue. Right? That's what they do. They want to make sure that they get their cut in, or that they know where you at. They know that our people are there, you know what I'm saying, selling drugs to our own. They know that. They can go in and do a SWAT operation right now, wherever it is. They know what's going on. But they just don't, because they want it to further destroy our people. And if they're a dirty cop, they need their cut. They're in the middle of it all. They right there in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? Getting dirty. You know? But can you read that one more time?
Zephaniah chapter 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. Gather together, O nation not desired. Right. So it's like, yeah. Let me see. It's like, you can read the next verse.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth.
Right. Before the decree bring forth. What's that decree bringing forth? That's the Lord getting us together, you know what I'm saying, and us moving along here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? The next society that's getting changed. That's the next decree. That's the things that's going to happen in this new world, man. Not the new world order. Not the things that these people are trying to take over now, but something righteous, something that the Most High has sent Christ to get us together to do. That's that decree. Is there more on that?
Come on.
To get us together to do.
Before the day pass as the chaff.
Right. Before the day pass as the chaff. What does that mean? What does chaff mean? I'm gonna look it up. I forgot what that definition means. Okay. The water. Right. Before the day decree as the chaff, man. You know? No, he too.
It says, this word sometimes, however, means dry grass or hay. A chaff is used as a figure of absorptive wickedness.
Right. So he's just saying pretty much before the day decree as the chaff. So that, like I just explained, before that day before Christ comes back, right? And it decrees as the chaff. So we need to get ourselves together and in order before we get consumed, before we get unalive like never before, right? And that goes for everyone. You know what I'm saying? He's pointing up. We got to get it. We got a job to do and to get done. Right. That's not something right there. Yeah, you get it. All right, so we need to get ourselves together before the day decree as a chaff, man. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officers of 1,000 Al-Zakabar. Shalom, Mikey. Where you leave off at?
I was Zephaniah 2 and 2.
Zephaniah 2 and 2.
Gotcha.
All right.
I read 1. Yeah,
You say you read 1?
yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start from the top.
Come on, this is the book of Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together.
It says gather together. You understand? That's something that our oppressors have been heavily investing in keeping us from being able to do for hundreds of years.
Right.
Is to gather ourselves together. You understand? When and here's the heavy part. If left alone, you understand? If left alone, our people would have gathered together.
Right.
You understand? You look at situations like Black Wall Street. You understand? 40 years removed from slavery. They said they lead us to believe that after slavery or during slavery, we were illiterate. You understand? Or dumb and stupid.
Right.
You understand? How could you be illiterate and dumb and stupid and operate an entire plantation?
Right.
How could you operate an entire cornfield? And down in Charleston, in the plantations in Charleston, they used to grow rice in the marshlands in Charleston.
Right.
You understand? Under some of the most treacherous conditions, they used to grow what they call Carolina gold here in South Carolina.
Right.
You understand? They used to sell it all around the world. They grew it down in Charleston. You understand? The best rice in the world was grown in Charleston. And they knew exactly who they were putting in slavery because they were looking for the best rice growers on the planet to put into slavery. You understand?
Right.
And you know who they ended up picking? The same people that grew rice in the Nile Delta.
Right.
You understand? They chose the children of Israel, the Jews specifically, to put into slavery because they were the ones who lived in the Nile Delta. They were the ones who what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Not germinate, but cultivate. They're the ones who cultivated the Nile Delta and was able to grow plenty of crops out there in that area.
Right.
We were masters at growing rice. You understand? Think about, the black man, we've been eating fried chicken and rice since the dawn of our existence.
Right.
Fried chicken and rice and gravy. You understand? All of that, rice and gravy, fried chicken, all of that is biblical. How you make gravy? That's flour mingled with oil. You understand? In a frying pan. You understand how you make fried chicken? That's flour mingled with oil.
Right.
Bacon in a frying pan. You understand? We've been mixing them two things together to make wondrous meals since the dawn of time. Them recipes came from the Lord.
Right.
You understand? So since we've been here and oppressed in this land, they have institutionalized us to the point where they've separated us. And they've broken us down so well and efficiently that not only does the black man view himself as different from the Native American man. You understand? You like the generals brought out 50 Cent is talking down on the government giving money to the migrants. You understand? They fooled us into believing that we are different. You understand? Go ahead, Doc.
Like that's what I was gonna say. We would gather together today with the Latin tribes if we didn't have so many vices and so many sleek Negroes dividing us today. We would gather together today.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And he's absolutely correct.
Right.
You understand? He's absolutely correct. And see, the thing is those Negroes that he's talking about, you understand, many of those that divide us were people who were put in place by our oppressor.
Right.
You understand? They were people who were put in place by our oppressor to purposely divide us.
Right.
You know what they call that? Today they have a name for it. They call it COINTELPRO. You understand? They COINTELPRO in what's the word I'm looking for? Infiltrated organizations like the Black Panthers. You understand? Even infiltrated the Bloods and the Crips.
Right.
You understand? And these infiltrations, you look at these infiltrations and look at where we ended up. You understand? We ended up as leaders in our communities that tried to defend our communities and protect our communities,
right,
to now becoming the very things that help to destroy our communities. You understand? And it's no blame to those brothers and those sisters that are in those organizations, because those organizations were infiltrated and manipulated into that way of life.
right.
You understand? And it's heavy that he brought that out. You understand? Because here's the thing. Here's one. I'll tell you, it's always seemed like whenever drugs or some type of substance abuse gets involved, that becomes the mechanism that our oppressor uses to divide our people.
Right.
You understand? And there's a book by James, I think it's James Adair, by James Adair, called The History of the North American Indian. And in that book, he talks about how our oppressors use rum to trade with the Native Americans. And when they started to trade rum with the Native Americans, you know, more and more as more Native Americans started to drink that rum and get into drinking rum, and started to develop addictions to rum.
Right.
You understand? And then as they started to develop these addictions, then next thing you know, they're no longer going out and harvesting those products that they were trading to make their wealth, to have their wealth, and to continue their way of life. You understand? And so now when these traders, when these salespeople would come back, then what they would do is they, you know, because the Native Americans could no longer go out and hunt and things like that, they were too busy getting drunk. You understand? Drinking their life away, beating now they start to abuse themselves and abuse each other and abuse their wives and abuse their children, because they're now turning into alcoholics. You see what I'm saying? And so so because they weren't no longer going out and harvesting these products, now they, you know, when the trader people come and say, yeah, you know, we do it for, you know, we let you get 100 barrels of rum for, you know, 500 buckskins. Oh man, we ain't got no buckskins this time around. You know what I mean? You know, but we sure did like that rum, but you know, we ain't got it this time.
Right.
And you know what this devil did? Oh, I know you're good for it. I just run you a tab. So they started to run a tab with the Native Americans. Right here in South Carolina, they did this. Right here in South Carolina, they started to run up a tab. And then they ran up that tab so much that eventually, just like the devil do, came to collect.
Right.
You understand? Now they talk about that deal with the devil.
Right.
Well, that deal with the devil is made with drug addiction. That deal with the devil is made with adultery. That deal with the devil is made when you pick up a firearm to go murder your brother.
Right.
You understand? You worry about the Illuminati, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you got brothers don't even want to rap, don't even want to drop an album because they scared of the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? They you know what I mean? They ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? You worry about the wrong thing. You worry about a Baphomet. You understand? Meanwhile, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, you the boogeyman in the hood.
Right.
Meanwhile, you got 10 bodies,
Right.
but you worried about the Illuminati. Brothers should be worried about you.
Right.
You understand? And here's the thing. The whole purpose that our people, when we commit acts of violence against each other, that was by design.
Right.
Because just like back in the day when they started to run that tab up with Gad, with the rum, because they were no longer functioning in their society, they leveraged that debt to wage war on other native tribes to take their land. So they would come to them and be like, you know what? So here's what we do then. Since you can't pay today, because we didn't, the tab done ran up. The tab going crazy. You understand? We got to do something, man. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you these guns. They gave the Native Americans guns. You understand? Gave them guns and then told them, you see that tribe over there on the other hill over there? They don't like doing business with us. They've been giving us a hard time. They've been raiding our caravans. They don't like us being here, man. We've been trying to make a land deal with them, so we can, try to help build up that land and do some things and do some things beneficial for all parties.
Right.
But, they're a problem for us. Handle that problem for us. And now you can keep the guns and we'll consider our debt clear.
Right.
So they leveraged alcoholism and weaponized alcoholism to unalive millions of Native Americans. You understand? Millions of Native Americans were unalive because of tactics like that.
Right.
You understand? Now fast forward. You understand what tactic did they use towards black people? Go ahead.
One tactic they used, they divided us, in every single way they could. They divided us in every single way they could. They divided us light skinned against dark skinned.
Right.
Christian church, one of them Christian, the other one Baptist, and things like that. So.
Right, and absolutely. Now, what's a more modern? I'll tell you what I'm looking for is something similar to rum.
So, like it's Go
ahead.
The marijuana.
That came eventually, yeah. What's a bigger one? What's a bigger one that destroyed our people? Crack cocaine.
Right.
I know they talk about fentanyl and meth and heroin and all that. But what do they call babies born back in the 80s? Crack babies.
Right.
You understand? That nothing has been more detrimental to our people than crack. Crack destroyed the black community. Now let me ask you a question. You know what I'm saying? What black man you know of that had a cocaine farm? You understand? They had a whole farm making cocaine because it takes a farm.
Right.
You understand? Not only do it take a farm, it also takes a chemist.
Right.
You understand? Because you don't just grow cocaine. You don't just plant the cocaine and it grows into like a little baggie, and you take the baggie off and you bust it down into a powder and you got raw cocaine. That ain't how cocaine is made. You understand? Cocaine is a small chemical that is inside of a plant,
right,
which they take that plant and they extract that chemical in its pure form, and that pure form is cocaine. You understand? And then as they were shipping the cocaine to America, you understand, most black people really wasn't doing cocaine.
right,
You understand? Cocaine wasn't prevalent in the black community. You understand? Because to do cocaine, you had to have some finance. We talking, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, cocaine, even if somebody moving it today, it ain't cheap for a small amount.
right.
You understand? Like an 8-ball ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a dime bag. You know what I'm saying? That's expensive.
Right.
You understand? That is not cheap. So that drug was not popular amongst our people because our people were poor.
Right.
You understand? Our people was too busy taking care of them 13 kids.
Right.
You understand? Our people was too busy building their neighborhoods and their houses with their bare hands. I remember this movie. I can never remember the name of it, but I wish I could find it. And matter of fact, it's an old brother, old black man that used to play. He used to play in all the movies, and he always had this like strong face. You know what I'm saying? Always super real serious. But he played the father, and his dream was to build his family a house with his bare hands. And he worked and bought a little piece of land and worked. Next thing you know, he went out there one day with the cinder blocks and laid the whole foundation of the house with cinder blocks. You know what I'm saying? No blueprint, no nothing. Just went out there and he built that house with his bare hands. And then his family moved in that house and he raised his family in that house. You know what I'm saying? I never forget that, but I could never remember the name of that movie. You understand? But that's what we was doing. We was too poor to worry about cocaine.
Right.
You understand? Now but they started to get it into our communities. And then after they started to get it in our communities, that's when they came out with crack cocaine. Right. We got something in the chat?
Yeah, Council.
Go ahead.
Somebody named Wayne's World, he said a lot of those tribes were already beefing. The white man just helped execute them more.
Who said that?
My name is Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Okay, so you just have to show me some historical references that shows that a lot of the Native American tribes was already beefing. Because I can show you historical references that shows that the Native American tribes were described as the most peaceable people on the planet.
Right.
So you have to show me historical references that says something like that. You can't just say that the tribes was already beefing. You understand? Because there's really no evidence of that. A lot of the tribes historically were beefing because some of the tribes were making dealings with other tribes. You understand? And whatever beef that most tribes had was not really beefs, but they were exiles, because just like how in the nation of Israel, if you commit certain sins or commit certain things, you was cut off from among the people.
Right.
You understand? So a lot of the Native American tribes come from other tribes. And so these other tribes are people who were cut off from among the people.
Right.
So a lot of the tribes that existed because of them keeping the laws of the Most High, keeping those customs that they learned in Israel. So it wasn't a beef no more than, a dispute among brothers or a situation like that where someone committed a certain act and they were exiled from among the people.
Right.
So you have to show me historical reference to show that we was already beefing and that our oppressor just came along and incited it, because I can show you historical references where our oppressor was the incitement of those beefs,
Right.
was the one playing both sides of the fence when it came to that beef. You understand? And when you look at, there's a book called the two slave trades, or the other slave trade. And when you look at the cover of that book, matter of fact, if you could pull up, can you pull up the picture? Look up the other slave trade. You understand? Look up the other slave trade. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get to the bottom of this. You understand? I want to show you something. You can't just make comments. You understand? And think that that's what it is because it's something that you heard. Show me a reference that says this. You understand? Because that right there just plays into that narrative where our oppressor was calling us savages as justification to commit genocide against us. Okay, that's not it. It's the others. Hold on. Okay, it's not the other slavery. Look at you typed in the other slave trade. Hold on one second. I'm trying to remember what the name of this book is called. Hold on one second. Going to my Amazon. Give me 1 second, I can. And they changed up Amazon, and I can barely find anything now.
Right.
Let's see. Go ahead.
But what you were saying about the tribes, you know what I'm saying? How people got exiled, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When they had disputes or whatever. That's just in our laws, right?
Correct.
Like you explained. I mean, there's always probably a dispute. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be disputes and disagreements because things have to be set in order. But you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing when that happened with, you know what I'm saying, with the tribe of Benjamin and Levi. You know what I'm saying? The Bible. You know what I'm saying? When they had disputes in certain tribes, they ended up leaving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And our kingdom ended up getting split. That's why we had the Northern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom.
Right.
And then, yeah, that's how things always happen.
Man, I'm trying to think of the name of that book.
Sloppy, sir.
Wait,
the horrors of slavery.
No. Hold on. Is it the Two Nations? Hold on. Say what? He just reiterated what he said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hold on.
You're talking about warfare.
Read his comment.
He said archaeological evidence confirms that the prominent role of warfare in indigenous societies well before the arrival of permanent European settlers.
Okay, again, reference. Show me a reference. Because, I mean, archaeology, you understand, you're going to have to show me a reference. And then you're going to have to show me that it was a prevalent enough situation to sit here and say that Native Americans were beefing on the regular. If they was beefing on the regular, then, you understand, then, you know what I mean, then why is it not one nation? Why was it many tribes if they was beefing on the regular? Because if they beefing on the regular, if they savages like our oppressor is, then one would have dominated the other. That's just the laws of the jungle. That's when you're an animal, when you're a savage like our oppressor is, that's how they operate. You understand? You think America wants to sit and just be America and Europe be Europe and Russia be Russia? No, they want the world to be the United States of America.
Right.
You understand? That's in their nature. Hold on. It's not the other slave trade.
Is it just the slave trade?
Nah. Is it the Native American slave trade? Might be the Native American slave trade. Hold on. The Indian slave trade is the name of it. Yeah, the Indian slave trade. Pull this up. Let me see it. Yeah, slow that full screen for the people. Bakasha. Let me see. I want you to show. I want you to see this. You got it? Say what? All right, look at this book right here. You understand? This is called The Indian Slave Trade. You understand? And this book right here has a lot of information that backs up a lot of the information that James Adair brought out. You understand? This book right here goes into more detail, and it goes all across. It goes in the history of all across the country. You understand? Because see, a lot of people think that the Native Americans didn't go into slavery, but that's a lie. The Native Americans, many of them went into slavery. And I want you to pay close attention to this cover. Can you zoom in on that cover a little bit? I want you to look at this cover. Now, who's on? You see, it's two sides, right? It's called The Indian Slave Trade. And this is a war going on. You see this, right? I'll tell you what. Click Control Plus. Is it Control that's on the Control Plus? Is it Control or Command Plus? Hit Command Plus. There we go. Yeah, zoom in, right? Now scroll down. Let's look at this right here, right? So this is two sides. This is what's happening right here in this photo.
It's like they're fighting against the oppressor.
What? Give me the whole picture as a whole. What's happening?
Oh, okay. I see. This side of our native Indian brothers are fighting the oppressor. And this side is helping our oppressor fight them.
Get a brother a hand. You understand? Get a brother a hand. It's a reason why this picture was chosen for the cover of this book. You understand? And I love this book. I have this book at my house. If I knew I was going to go into this debate, I'd have brought it with me. I'm about to start keeping books in my book bag. You understand? So I can show people what I'm talking about. You understand? Because I don't like to get up here and just blow smoke. I like to show you the facts. But this book right here goes into a lot of detail as far as the wars that were fought between Native Americans. Right. And keep in mind, scroll up, and what's the title of this book again? The title of this book is called The Indian Slave Trade. Those brothers that you see that's on the left, those were the slaves. You understand? And the way many Native Americans were enslaved was through addiction.
Right.
Was through financial reasons.
Right.
You understand? Through some type of promises and lies and manipulation. You understand? That's what made the Native Americans follow after who? Our oppressor. And just to get a picture, get a mental picture, right? Scroll down. You understand? How many oppressors you see on there? Just a few. That means, and they did this picture like this for a reason. You got the up front and the front. That's to symbolize the leaders of each side, the leadership of each side. You understand? But then when you look at the actual battlefield, look at that battlefield. Scroll up and look at that battlefield. You understand? It's all of us versus us. You understand?
Right.
Which means that if there's division amongst us because one side of our people loves our oppressor, right, and the other side of our people loves our people.
Right.
You understand? That's always been the case. That has always been the case. This right here was the Book of Maccabees.
Right.
You understand? Am I lying, Akash? This right here was in the Book of Maccabees. When the Book of Maccabees, you had brothers that was on the side of Esau. Like when you look up the historical references about the Maccabean War, like outside of the biblical narratives, when you look up historical references, they describe that war as I can't say the word. I was gonna say a cluster. They described the war as something that made absolutely no sense. They were saying it wasn't just a war between Israel and the Greeks. It was also a civil war. It was a civil war and an international war.
You understand? Because you had one side that stood with the Lord and the other side that stood with our oppressor. That has always been the case. But see, what I'm bringing out today is that in modern day times, that is the roots of black on black violence. That is the roots of Hispanic violence.
That's right.
That's the roots of Native American violence. That's the roots of it right here. Is one person joining our oppressor and the other one that stands for our people.
Right.
But here's the caveat. When you stand with our oppressor, you see all the ones that's on the side of the oppressor, guess what they do? They turn against each other too.
Right.
You understand? They turn against each other too. Because the oppressor plays us like a chessboard. You understand? The oppressor is just, it's like he playing chess against himself at that point. You understand? At the end of the day, he gonna win either way. You understand?
Right.
So whether you Blood Crip, GD, Vice Lord, MS-13, you understand? BD, you understand? If you Latin Kings, Pyru, if you all of that, if you all of those things, you are just a chess piece in the game, in our oppressor's game. And he playing against himself. It could be Democrats on one side, Republicans on the other. They playing chess against each other. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: you have no idea the depths of that conspiracy. You have no idea. And I'm gonna tell you something. You seen that movie Killers of the Flower Moon? Y'all still ain't seen that movie, brother. I'm about to just schedule a movie night at the school so everybody can see this movie. You understand? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, I try not to be a paranoid. You understand? I try not to be a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes things just add up too perfect. And when you watch that movie, you understand? Hey, look at here. You're gonna start looking at Esau all type of crooked. You understand? Because listen, they had a whole scheme that they was running. Right. The doctors was in on the scheme. Well, when I say scheme, that ain't even a powerful enough word. Oh man. I'm gonna use the term conspiracy. Like in the term of like conspiracy to commit unaliving, the conspiracy to commit genocide. You understand? Because these devils, they had an entire network of people, and they were doing things like putting poison in the people's insulin. You understand? Right. Getting prescribed by the doctor. The doctor was prescribing you your own death. So like your own unaliving. Right. You understand? It's diabolical what they do. You understand? It's diabolical. And then turn around and call you a savage. You understand? They will call us incompetent. Right. You understand? Incapable of making intelligent decisions. You understand? They will call us savages, renegades. You understand? Just like how Wayne's World is saying that, oh, we was unaliving each other. We was going to war with each other back in the day. There's archaeological proof. Well, then show it. Send me the link. Where's the link?
I don't see that.
We'll wait on the link, Wayne's World. We're gonna get back to the topic. Who is that?
I don't know somebody.
Wayne's World, what city? What's your name and what city are you in? And if I could, Baba Kashah, give me let's go back to the scripture. Zephaniah 2:1. Get back to that. Hold that picture back up there. Zoom in on that picture, matter of fact.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourselves into our oppressor.
Gather yourselves together.
Gather ourselves together. You understand? Gather yourselves together. That's what we need to do, man. You understand? It's time to stop thinking on terms of, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that.
Right.
You understand? Because here's the reality. Let's just stick to reality. You understand? And here's the reality of it. You are a man or woman that is born in a land that has hated you and your forefathers.
Right.
With a murderous passion. You understand? 50 years ago, it would have been completely normal to come home, to be walking home from school and to see one of your friends from school get snatched up in a truck. And then 2 weeks later, they find their unalived body hanging from a tree in the woods.
Right.
That was a common thing in Anderson, South Carolina. That was a common thing.
Right.
Listen, I'm almost 40 years old. When I was 12 years old, that was still happening. You understand? There was kids I went to school with that went missing, that they found hung from a tree and said that there was suicide.
Right.
How you commit suicide? One of your shoes came off. You know what I'm saying? You know, black folks love Jordans. You understand? You ain't about to be, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about to be take one of what he did it because he lost one of his Jordans. You understand? 300 feet away. That man, that boy, that child, the children was drugged through them woods and hung from them trees. You understand? It was a lot of black children that was found hanging in what they call Broadway Lake.
Right.
In Anderson. It was still happening when I was 12. You understand? And you know how easy it was? And see, here's the thing, you know, it's so diabolical. See, when we was 12, 13, listen, man, we was chasing them girls. You know what I'm saying? We was chasing them girls, man. And see, we ain't have no taxi cab money. Wasn't no Uber back then, man. Hey, you want that tail? You got to walk about 6 miles. It'll take you all day to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about you scheduling that thing like you you know what I'm saying? Like you doing logistics.
Right.
You had to be like, hey, we're gonna skip school on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go outside, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get on the bus and then I'm gonna walk to your house. By the time I get there, it's gonna be lunchtime. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and then as long as you out of there before the mama get home, hey, you straight. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that's what I mean, you know, we was doing that at 12, 13. You know, walking 6 miles. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, cars know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the thing is, not only just that, but if we want to link up with our friends and go hoop, we got to walk. You know what I'm saying? Or if we want to go to the skating rink, you know, many of us walk home from the skating rink.
Right.
You understand? And I remember one night some doubles came by. We was walking home from the skating rink. They used to take grocery bags and fill them with rocks and dog manure. And they used to find black people. And whenever they would see black people walking through the street, they would sling the bag full of rocks at them. You understand? And thankfully they missed me. But they slung one our way. They missed. You understand? But that was a common practice.
Right.
You understand? In Anderson, South Carolina. Even in Greenville, South Carolina, that was a common practice. You understand? Go ahead.
It's like kind of Hakunaya, he said people don't want to see Killers of the Flower Moon. They want to see Pocahontas and fall in love.
Good night. Give Hakunaya a hand, man. Give him a hand. That's the same thing we seeing right here. They want to see that. They want to join hands with our oppressor. You understand? Yeah, that's what they want to do. But here's the thing. They want to see Pocahontas fall in love, but go read about Pocahontas. That wasn't no love story. That girl went to Epstein Island. That sister was Epsteined. As a child, she was Epsteined. She wasn't in love with John Smith. How you gonna love something who teeth rotting out his mouth? Breath smell like dead carcass. How you gonna love that? You know, Al Presser, he didn't know how to brush his teeth when he came up. They had wooden teeth back in them days. Right. They teeth was falling out. Listen, man, what did they say? George Washington had like wooden teeth. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Guy had full pretty smiles back in the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna look at be the most beautiful people in the world and go fall in love with. Come on, man. We talking back in the day. It wasn't even showers back then. The Edomite we seeing today is not the Edomite that was alive in the 1500s. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen that movie, The Book of Clarence? Man, listen, man. But in The Book of Clarence, they had this one devil in it that it was kind of like a
I think you just hit it just now.
Oh, so like adjust. Check, shot. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Did Wayne Brady type something in the chat? Did he send us a link? Wayne. All right. He still ain't posted no link. He probably looking one up. You know, just Wayne. You know, no shade. You know what I'm saying? Just show some references if you're gonna make a statement like that. You understand? We can look into it. We can address it. You understand? Read on out. Read it again from the top.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
Real quick, can everybody hear the reader? You can hear the reader? Good. Listening in. Shaw got that Pooh Shiesty on. Shaw got that Pooh Shiesty. All right, go ahead and read up.
This is Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
All right, you can hear him pretty good. All right, Most High Christ. Start again from the top, so like it.
Verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
You understand? Gather together. Black, Hispanic, and Native American. We're supposed to gather together. You understand? Matter of fact, hold that real quick. I want to show you something, right? I want to show you something here. Give me 1 second. I want you to go to the book of I can't spell. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Give me Romans chapter 16 verse. Hold that and give me Romans chapter 16 verse 17.
This is Romans 16
There's some interference going on with that mic.
and 17.
Go ahead.
Now, I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions.
Do what?
Mark them which cause
It
divisions.
says to mark them which cause divisions. What does that mean?
The whole time.
What does that mean to mark them which cause division? What does that mean? What does it mean to mark them? What is he saying?
Like if I could,
Go ahead.
he's saying to like pay attention to them.
Right.
Like make sure you keep an eye on that person and know what they stand for. You know what I'm saying? That tries to, you know what I'm saying, cause division amongst the nation.
Right. Right. So when you got a brother coming into the school talking about, man, you know what I'm saying, man, you know what I'm saying, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying, they the east side ISUPK, we the west side ISUPK. Nah. You know what I'm saying? We can't have no lavender, Mike. In fact, how about this? Can they hear me with the mic right here?
Kind of that shit.
All right, good. So I do that all day. You know what I'm saying? I do that. You know what I'm saying? We good? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, we good. All right. Go. So he's saying to mark them, you know, pay close attention to them. You know what I'm saying? Identify them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Highlight them. Like, oh, you talking about division, huh? Now it's time to evaluate this, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He talking about division. Talking about splitting up the school. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, you know, talking things, you know what I'm saying, doing anything that cause division. Now read on.
Mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
Read that again. That part. After divisions.
Come on, sir. And offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned.
And it says an offense is contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned. You understand? So what does that mean? What's the doctrine that we have learned? What's the doctrine that we have learned? In modern day, today, right here, right now, in 2024, you understand? We apply this scripture to the nation of Israel today. What is the doctrine that we have learned? What is they talking about? You can take that picture down now.
So like I said, if I may,
Go ahead.
the doctrine will be everything that has been handed down from 1969.
Get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand. You understand? 1969. That was the first time. What y'all got? I don't want no strong. You know what I'm saying? I'll take some water or something. Y'all got some of that. Got no water? Don't worry about it. It's 12. You understand? So that doctrine that we have learned is what was passed down to us from 1969, like the brother said, from the 7 heads, from Abba Bivens.
Right.
You understand? That is the doctrine that we have learned. You understand? And that doctrine is the Bible. Everything that we teach in the UPK comes straight out of the Bible. Everything Christ taught came straight out of the Bible. You understand? Christ sent the disciples out to gather together the 12 tribes.
Right.
You understand? To gather together the 12 tribes. What we just read it in Zephaniah. That protocol was before Yahushua. That protocol was before the ISUPK. And guess what? That's what all the prophets taught. That's what Christ taught. And that's what Commander General Yohana teaches. Commander General Yohana gave the order for all Israel to come together.
Right.
You understand? Because that is the order. That is the doctrine which we have learned. You understand? But when somebody say, oh man, you know what I'm saying, we be in our own Israelite group. We ain't got to be in another Israelite group. Read that scripture again, huh?
This is Romans chapter 16 and verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned.
So mark them which cause divisions. Mark them. Pay attention. Keep your eye on them people that cause division in Israel. You understand? One question I get all the time is, man, when y'all gonna come together, man? When y'all gonna come together?
Right.
You know why we can't come together? Because you ain't marked them which cause division. That's why. You trying to get us to unite with cowards.
Right.
You want us to turn against, you basically want the UPK to turn from the Lord and turn to cowards.
Right.
But that'll never happen, man.
Right.
We stand with the Lord. This is the Lord's house that he built in 1969.
Right.
You understand? This is the house that the Lord built. This is the house that you learned that you wouldn't know that you was an Israelite had it not been for the men in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Had it not been for the seven heads, had it not been for our business, you would not know that you was an Israelite. You wouldn't know it. If it wasn't for the UPK, you be in them tunnels in them Brooklyn what they call them synagogues,
Right.
getting sex trafficked because you think you a Jew. So like they're getting the S traffic. So like, you understand? Because that's what the ones of us that were following after that way of life. You understand? We was following after the oppressor. We was wearing the little small hats, little mini caps. You know what I'm saying? The little prophylactics
Right.
on our heads. Y'all know what prophylactics is? Like it. I don't think brothers know what prophylactics means. So like it. Prophylactic is a preventative device. You understand, from unwanted pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases.
C word, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, kind of. The C word or the R word. You know what I'm saying? Or what they call the Jimmy hat. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
They wear prophylactics on their head. You know what I'm saying? But they don't wear prophylactics when they spreading genital herpes to 20,000 infants up there in them churches, up in them synagogues. You understand? If it wasn't for the UPK, you be blowing baby rod in the synagogue. You know what I'm saying? That's what brothers, the fake Israelites, will be doing. So you should thank the ISUPK. You should pay your tithes.
All right.
You should come to the Passover. Because Commander General Yohana, listen, you asked the question, why can't Israel come together? Because brothers don't follow orders.
Right.
That's why they left the school in the first place. Because they don't want to follow orders.
Right.
Because here's the thing, it's an order to come together.
Right.
If you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, it is an order for you to come to the Passover. It's not a request. You understand? We advertise the Passover, but it's a commandment to be there. The Lord orders you to be at the Passover.
Right.
You understand? And you wondering why things ain't going right with your life is because you're not following orders. You're not paying tithes. You understand? What is it that you love more than the Lord? If you love it more than the Lord will take it from you.
Right.
You understand? You think I'm playing? Whatever you love, whatever you put before the Most High, the Lord, if you don't give it up, the Lord will take it from you. You understand? If you love your wife more than the Lord will take her from you. Right. If you love your child more than the Lord will take it from you. You understand? You think I'm lying? You understand? You think I'm making it up? You understand? You take the Lord for a joke. You understand? Wearing your tassels on your t-shirt. You take the Lord for a joke. But the Lord ain't no joke, man.
Right.
You understand? The Lord said he is a man of war.
Right.
The Lord is his name. Yahweh is his name, man.
That's right.
And you got brothers out here that turn against the Most High, man. Say you don't got to know his name, man. You understand? The Bible say, gather yourselves together, man. You understand? Read on. Matter of fact, you still on that scripture about the mark them? Read that. We keep reading that.
And avoid them.
And do what?
And avoid them.
And do what?
And avoid them.
Nah, but you want to join them. The Bible say, when you going to listen to the Bible? When you going to tune in to what the Bible say?
Right.
You understand? You want to listen to some purple wearing sissy. Can I say that? It's a lot. I can say sissy?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure about
I don't see nothing wrong with the word.
Right.
It's a
That
lot.
means something else.
It's a lot. You know, down here we call them punks.
Right.
Some purple wearing punk. You understand? Can we say that?
No. It's a lot, sir. Oh, Lord.
I have to Google that, man. We gotta find out. So
I think it's like, I think they used to call it their clothing back in the day. They still call it that now, like pump greasers or something like that. It's another or something like that. I'm pretty sure they understand.
talking about punk.
I don't know.
You know what I mean when I say punk, right?
Right, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. So TikTok understand as well. Back in the days,
Never heard that.
people, I can speak to you right now.
I forgot. Because he just told me last week what punk meant.
Oh, punk.
Yeah. He said something. He said we used to say that back in the day. He said it meant something. I forgot what he said.
I mean, we know what I mean now.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
So it's like I made
In prison, they have a term that they call someone who lives an alternative lifestyle.
Right.
In prison, they call them punks.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's like if I made, it's the rock. Punk is like a loud, fast-moving, and aggressive form of rock. But I know why we putting it, but just for to clear it up. Punk.
Oh yeah, well, it means all different things,
Right,
but you know, I'm talking specifically
Right. I think
about
that's
the
why.
special things, them lavender things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gonna throw out all the lavender oil in the house, baby. We ain't allowed to have that up in here. Go ahead.
Sissy, the definition of sissy, a soft, timid, oversensitive person.
Yeah, that sounds about it.
We can't say sensitive, we can't say soft either.
That sounds like a punk to me.
I had to Google some things. I had to get some clarification on that. Because I be blurting things out, man. You know, I got Tourette's. So like it. Go ahead and read on. Is there anything else on that?
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua.
Read that again.
For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua.
Read that again.
For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua.
So guess what? If they cause division amongst us, if they Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and they tell you anything other than gather together, read it again.
For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua.
For they that are such serve not our Lord.
Right.
You're the fake Israelite group. You do not serve the Lord.
Right.
You do not serve our King, man. How can you serve our King when you're against him? When you're against his servants? When you against the preaching prophets of the Lord, man. When you and here's the thing, man. It's not even the brothers and sisters in these organizations. It's the leadership.
Right.
You understand? The leadership of the organization, they know this scripture. They know that they're supposed to be in the UPK. They know that this is the home of the truth.
Right.
You understand? They know that. They know that they learned under Commander General Yohanan. They know that. And they lied to the people. They lied to their followers. You understand? Talking about it was much polygamy. Yeah, it was much polygamy. You know what I'm saying? It was much polygamy. But you know what? In that purple group, there was much alternative activities.
Right.
You understand? Much alternative activities.
Right.
You understand? And how is that? Because they serve not the Lord. They serve not our King, man. And then they got the nerve to call themselves Israel United in Christ. Israel United in Christ. You understand? How you Israel United in Christ? You understand? You go to Ghana and build a school in Africa. This is the part. It blew my mind ever since I saw them build this building. They went all the way to Ghana, built a big. It's like a 3-story building. Now y'all seen it?
Yeah.
General Muhammad brought it out, didn't he? 3-story building they built in Africa, right? Skipped over the whole continent of South America. Skipped over it. Well, listen, man, how much a plane ticket? Let's Google this. How much it costs to fly to Ghana versus how much it costs to fly to Brazil? Somebody Google that for me, Barbara. Matter of fact, let's say Honduras. Honduras is one of the poorest countries in South America.
Right.
How much it costs to fly to Ghana versus how much it costs to fly to Honduras? This somebody give me a price on that. Just a quick price. I bet you it's cheaper to fly to Honduras.
Honduras one.
Say what?
I am looking at Honduras from like so much. You gotta pick the airline and everything.
So, Lucky, sir,
Go ahead.
it says to fly to Honduras cost around $500.
Good night. Man, it costs that much to fly to California. How much it costs to fly to Ghana? $500 to fly to Honduras. How much it costs to fly to Africa, to Ghana?
Oh, it's Lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Between $1,300 and $2,500.
One, two.
Go ahead.
That alone should tell you right there about how much money they getting just to blow it on nothing.
To blow it on nothing. To blow it on some ham, some fufu eating Hamites.
Right.
I don't even think they eat fufu out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like Chinese food. I think that's something Ham invented when he got here. I don't know, man. I ain't looking up. I'm not saying that that's facts. Don't go clipping it and be like, see, they don't know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They making up history. They don't know nothing about no fufu. I don't know nothing because I don't want to eat no mashed potatoes with my bare hands and have to dip the mashed potatoes in some soup. You know what I'm saying? That really look like the stuff that you clean out of the bottom of a deep fryer at the end of the day. That's what it looked like. Yeah, y'all ever worked at a restaurant and had to clean that grease? The grease. That's what that Ngozi soup looked like to me. Like, I can't. After seeing that, I can't eat no African food. That looked like leftover slop that you throw in the trash. It looked like the bottom of a restaurant trash can at the end of the week. That's what it looked like. That's what Ngozi soup look like to me. I'm scared I'm gonna see an eyeball hop out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just when I see Ngozi soup, I'll be like, what? First of all, how is this made? First of all, you know what I'm saying? Because ham, the East Indians and Hamites, but hey, look at here, man. You don't want to just freely eat their food. You know what I'm saying? They out here, they ain't washed their hands in a month. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what deodorant is. They don't believe in deodorant. I think in the Hindu religion, it's like against their religion to wear deodorant, ain't it? What kind of sick religion is that? Go ahead,
Right. Yeah, the Hamites don't like to wash because I remember back in the day when I was working at Lowe's. Now, this Hamite used to come to work, got the musty every day.
He is the must.
I was like, he said, we don't believe in washing.
Oh, they don't believe in.
They don't believe in under that.
Man, they going out there you know what, man? Listen, man. In Honduras, they wash their behind.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You understand? They wash their behind.
That's right.
The sisters down in Honduras, they wash that thing, Sean.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They wash that thing. You know what I'm saying? And out there in Ghana, hey, look at here. Hey, they ain't had a bath since they went swimming last summer. You know what I'm saying? And them lavender lads and went all the way over there to Africa land, built a look. I don't know how much the building costs, but I know it costs $2,500 a person to get there.
Right.
Put up how many of them, brother? Put up a picture of them in Africa. I just want to see a picture of them in Africa, man. Just show me a picture of IUIC in Africa. So like we don't got way y'all talking. We supposed to be talking about we supposed to be talking about something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull up a picture. You know what I mean? This is an expose today. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm just saying 25. I'm just saying so many brothers. Oh man, it's just breaking my heart just seeing them pictures of all them groups, all that purple, and knowing that each one of them paid $2,500 to go to Africa. I just want one picture of them in Africa. I don't care what picture. You type IUIC in Africa? Oh, you need the good mouse. Nah, it's like
It's like.
Go ahead.
Oh no, it's like I just sneezed.
Yeah, show me a picture of Nate and them in Africa.
Okay, I guess.
I want a picture of Nate and them. Nate and them look like the backup dancers to Prince band. What's Prince band name? Did they even have a name? I know Nate knows. Hold on, just go back. Hold on. All right, is them American like brothers from the United States is in there?
What do you mean, like IUIC?
I just want to see a picture of IUIC in Africa.
Okay.
A group of them.
Yeah, they go right. Yeah, they right.
All right, let me see that. How many brothers that is?
Can't forget about the guy on the camera.
About 8. All right, 8 brothers plus the camera brother. Right?
Right, come on.
Click on that. Go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna say 9, right? It's 9 times 2,500. Nine times 2,500. These brothers has paid $22,000 to go talk on the street in Africa. $22,000. Let's look up 9 times 5. Let's see, 9 times 500. It would have cost. It would have cost them $4,500 for them 9 brothers to fly to Honduras.
Good Lord, verse 20.
Somebody look up how much a bag of rice costs in Honduras. If so, as a matter of fact, let me look that up. I got y'all brothers working overtime right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me look up something. Let's see, how much is rice in Honduras? Is rice in Honduras? $0.28 a pound. Good night. How much is a chicken in Honduras? Matter of fact, let's do this. How much is a house in Honduras? For the price that it costs them to go to Ghana and talk on the street once, they could have went to Honduras. They could have flew to Honduras and built 3 homes for 3 families and fed those 3 families for about 6 months. That's what they paid to go just talk to some Africans. Just to go set up some posters and go yell on a microphone and tell them how they're the greatest people on the face of the earth. Like, yeah, you don't put on no deodorant, but you guys chosen people. No, you're not. No, you are not. You understand? You can look you in your eyes and tell. I can smell you through your photo. You understand? Go ahead.
It's like a minute.
So like I said, like even just saying that the so-called Africans, the Lord's chosen people, is blasphemy because you know how many times Israel went to war with these Africans out here?
Good night.
And you going over there and telling the enemy that they us. Like, that's the worst than being in America saying, like, Philistine, Egyptian, what else Hamites out here? The Southern Kingdom, Southern Africa, South. So many brothers. Exactly.
Zidane.
Zidane. It's like you said.
You know what I mean? Listen, man. Listen. These people listen. Ask Nate why he's separated from his brothers. Ask Nate that. Ask Nate why he divided from the men who taught him he was an Israelite. Ask him that. Ask him why he's a traitor. That's what's going to come out. That answer is going to come out. You understand? On why he is a traitor.
Right.
You understand? It's going to come out. You understand? Listen, man. Listen here, man. Listen, I'm an analytical person, man. I like looking at numbers. You know, I look at numbers and I can calculate things and figure things based on numbers. Like, that's how my brain works. You know, I need a calculator, and I could piece some things together with a calculator. Them boys paid $22,000 to fly to wherever they at. Look like it's hot as hell.
Right.
Look like they probably don't got air conditioning wherever they stand.
Right. Right.
You understand? Look like everything probably smell like goat doo-doo. What you know what I'm saying? Everything smell like goat crap. You understand? And armpits and feet and foo-foo. You understand? Don't even they sell us all the cocoa butter, but don't use not drop of it. You know what I'm saying? Look at that elbow, man. That Hamite. That's a different level of ashy. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level of ashy right there, man. And I know his breath humming. I know he it's like they breath just be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it'd be like a warm with yeah, it's like a warm. It's like a warm funk. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't be the Lord chosen people smelling like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying, man? All these heathens got a funny little smell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All of them got listen. Esau smell like dog, smell just like dog. Listen, man, I gave my dog a bath the other day, man. Look here, they smell like wet dog, man. They smell exactly like it. In the kingdom, I'm gonna make them a special cologne.
Right.
You know, make them a special oil. It's gonna smell just like dog. Just like dog. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna be like, oh, you smell good today. All my slaves gonna be named hood names. You know what I'm saying? Right. Bradley is gonna be Shaquandre. You know what I'm saying? But these filthy pigs. And here's why it breaks my heart so bad. Because listen, man. Go back to Zephaniah 2:1. Go back to Zephaniah 2:1.
It's Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
It says, gather yourselves together. You understand? Gather together. Who is he telling to gather together? Read on.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Oh, what?
O nation not desired.
Oh, what?
O nation not desired.
Guess what? Everybody love them stinking Africans.
Right.
Even these purple punks.
Right.
You understand? Even these purple sissies. You understand? Love these Africans. And guess what? Everybody love them Africans.
Right.
You know how much humanitarian aid go to Africa? It's a scam.
Right.
That humanitarian aid is a scam. Them people ain't out there needing no aid, man. They taking that money and they scamming and frauding the whole world, man.
Right.
You understand? You think you a scammer in the hood? You ain't no scammer. Them Africans is the real scammers.
Right.
Listen, man. Listen. The reason why you're getting away with it is because you small potatoes.
Right.
And you still getting caught up. You small potatoes from the real scammers. Listen, man. When I was in the world, man, listen, man. I seen some things. You know what I'm saying? Like I was around some situations that was not legal. You understand? And witnessed some things and seen some things that I'll never forget. You understand? And I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, these Hamites. Listen, when I lived in Atlanta for about 6 months before I came into the truth. You understand? And my time in Atlanta, listen here, man. Look, I went down there thinking I'm about to slay every bad woman in Atlanta. Got down there and found out that it was the sodomite capital of the planet. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the hell is going on in Atlanta, man? Where is we at? You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about no sodomite. The way that culture was, that was culture shock.
Right.
I ain't even want to. I listen, man. I was like a, what's the word? I didn't even leave my apartment. You know what I'm saying? I would not. I wouldn't leave unless there was a dollar amount attached to that me coming out of my apartment.
Right.
If I wasn't collecting money, I ain't talking to me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I got work to do, and if I ain't got work to do down here, I'm going back to South Carolina. I ain't here for no fun. Oh man, we're going to no, I ain't going to no club. No, y'all can have that. I did not like living in Atlanta before I came into the truth. When I stayed there, I did not like that. I got up out of there. I couldn't take it. I didn't know what to do.
Right.
To have fun. I can't go here because they there. They everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going there. There's too many of them in there. If it's that many of them in there, I don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the place for me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I seen some things, and what I seen was some operations that Ham was running. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, you think you scamming? Listen, I seen $1 billion scams. $100 billion. $100 billion scams. So big that when I lived in Atlanta, I knew I would never accept cash again in Atlanta. Ain't nobody gonna pay me cash. You ain't paying me nothing in cash. You pay me with debit card,
Right.
credit card, PayPal. Nah, I ain't. No, if somebody hand me cash, I don't care if it's 10 racks. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. You can PayPal me. Back then they ain't had Cash App.
Right.
Everybody had, they barely was using PayPal. You know what I'm saying? I had the little credit card swiper because I used to do graphics. So I used to hook the little credit card swiper. Oh, they be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got but my debit card. Oh, no sweat. Let me see your card, swipe, sign your name right there. All right, bet. On my way. I ain't take no cash in Atlanta because listen, Hambone scamming, man, listen, they scamming on a level that brothers and sisters is not on. Brothers and sisters is buying TVs out of Best Buy. You know what I'm saying? Ham buying $1 million condos and not even staying in them.
Right.
You understand? Ham buying $1 million homes and ain't even living there. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Ham ain't the only one. Moab too.
Right.
Moab scamming more than a little bit. And I'm not talking about listen, man, $50 million, $100 million is nothing compared to what they doing. I'm telling you this. Listen, I seen $1 billion in counterfeit cash in a box. And you know what else? I seen about 100 more boxes. You think I'm playing? Listen, man, I'm telling you, these Hamites are scamming more than a little bit. You understand? But guess what? They getting all type of humanitarian aid. All type of, man, come on, man. You don't think Oprah? How much money Oprah done donated to Africa? Somebody Google that. How much money done Oprah done donated to Africa? I just wanted somebody to Google the number. Somebody Google the number. Somebody go on Google and just be like, how much money has Oprah donated to Africa? You know what I'm saying? I'll find it. Y'all better see.
I get it.
You got the pie.
You
How much has Oprah donated to Africa?
want to keep it up?
Yeah, you can take it down. How much has Oprah donated to Africa? And keep in mind, listen, man, it costs $5,000 to build a house in Honduras. I might go build me something while you playing. You know what I'm saying? I might go do that. Might be ISUPK Honduras out this time.
I'm with you.
For real, though. Yeah, we buy up a whole block. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Come up with a whole little program. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you make some headbands and war scarves. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got free rent. Headbands and war scarves. You know what I'm saying? Some garments. Get some sewing machines out there. We can start a whole little operation. You know what I'm saying? Get some jobs going to our brothers and sisters out there. Whole little visa program. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Get them up out of there, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It cost, man, listen, rice costs 50 cents a pound out there. A pound of rice is 50 cents in Honduras. They spent $22,000 just go. You know what I'm saying? Ain't what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even touched the topic. Ain't even touched the topic. Anybody find out how much Oprah donated?
I see one says she donated 12 million to Smithsonian Museum in Africa. No, never mind, not that.
Oprah donated $12 million
Yeah. No,
to the Smithsonian in Africa.
it's like it's a,
Go ahead.
she contributed more than 200 million towards providing education for academic gifted girls in South Africa, a school in South Africa, to build a school in South Africa.
Hey,
All right.
listen, man, gather yourselves together. Africa get enough love.
Right.
Brothers in the world, brothers and sisters in the world, man, they be wondering like, why you got to be so racist? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you just love everybody? Because if I love everybody, who gonna love black people?
Right.
Who gonna love the migrants? Who gonna love the Native Americans?
Right.
Who gonna love them, man? Because it ain't Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
It ain't these purple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't the purple lads. It ain't them. Who gonna love us?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what, the Lord love us.
That's right.
And the Lord love us so much that he gave us the men in the ISUPK, man. He sent us Commander Junior Honda and the 7 heads and the generals of the UPK, man.
That's right.
That's how much the Lord loved us.
That's right.
You understand? Meanwhile, these purple sodomites is out here in Africa paying $22,000 and they ain't even did no work yet. $22,000 ain't even did no work yet. Ain't even bought a cheeseburger yet. Ain't even bought no fufu. Ain't even got a bowl of that ungusi soup yet. And they already $22,000. Out 22,000 out. We can send a whole listen, man. You can send a whole camp to Honduras and build houses and completely relocate for $22,000.
Right.
$22,000. We get 9 brothers to volunteer to move to Honduras and have 3 houses. You know what I'm saying? 9 brothers, 3 per house, and own the land that the houses is on. That's now UPK property.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then that can grow into a whole neighborhood. $5,000 would it cost to build a house. I'm gonna build one up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, after Passover, man, you know what I'm saying? I get my rib like, hey, look here. You know what I'm saying? Might have to go ahead out there to Honduras real quick. You know what I'm saying? 500 to get there, 5,000 to build one.
Right.
Now I might just start. I might build a house a year in Honduras if the house y'all don't come back, and just give it away. You understand? Because they giving 200 million. Man, that's just one person. That's just Oprah.
Right. That's right.
That's just Oprah.
Right.
And that's just South Africa.
Right.
I don't even want to find out what the total number is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, a bag of rice costs 50 cents in Honduras. You know, brothers and sisters in Honduras. Listen, man, I met a brother from Honduras one time when I was in jail. And I was a trooper. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no better. You know what I'm saying? Not following orders. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I ended up in jail. You know what I'm saying? Not following orders. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, while I was locked up, I met a brother from Honduras. And me and him had a talk, man. And one thing see, if you ever been to jail with a Hispanic brother, then you know that there's a dark side to them being in jail that a lot of people don't realize. And that dark side is it ain't just catch and release. That's a new thing. And they don't even catch and release. You know what I'm saying? If you get locked up and you're an illegal immigrant, you stay in that jail for a year. Then after that, they ship you to Texas, and you were in jail in Texas for a year. And then after that, they send you home. So you serve 2 years in jail before you get up out of here. You understand? That's catch and release. You know what I'm saying? They don't just snatch you up, throw you across the board. Like how I do my puppy when he come playing too rough. I just push him away, he just come running back. Nah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Right. Don't hit on whoever. And he taking that as playtime. You know what I'm saying? He just run right back. That ain't how it work. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how it work. You gone when you get caught. You gone. That's why they so afraid of immigrations. You understand? They so afraid because their kids is here, their wife is here, everything that they sacrifice for is here.
Right.
And they get caught, and if they get caught up, you understand? That's a fear I couldn't understand. I know what it's like to drive with a suspended license. I can't imagine. Right. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. I'm laughing because of the gravity of the situation. Like that's how. Think about it. If you ever been behind the wheel, and you know your license ain't legit, you get locked in. You going to jail for like a night, maybe 2, and you back out in some warm, wet box the next day. You know what I'm saying? Them, on the other hand, they about to lose everything they love for about 2 to 3 years and have to go through hell to maybe get it back. Right. You understand? You know, they risk their lives to get here. Right. You understand? It ain't just hopping on a plane, digging a tunnel, going through a tunnel. Guess what? To get through that tunnel, it's gonna cost you. You know what I'm saying? And listen, sometimes it costs you a lot, and then after you pay it, before you get to cross that line, you got to pay again. And you know what I'm saying? So sometimes them coyotes ain't They on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so, listen, man. Why are they trying to come over here? They're coming over here because they're in poverty. They destroyed. They in poverty and destroyed. But here's the thing: bag of rice costs 50 cents in Honduras. That's my new mantra right now, man. A bag of rice costs 50 cents in Honduras. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like, well, what was that, man? Look, man, bag of rice costs 50 cents in Honduras. You know what I'm saying? It costs 50 cents in Honduras, but yet our people are still starving. You wanna know why? Because they are that nation that's not desired.
Right. That's right.
You understand? Them brothers and sisters coming across that border because they are that nation that's not desired. These purple whores skipped over Mexico, skipped over Brazil, skipped over Puerto Rico and Trinidad and Chile and Argentina and Venezuela. Listen, man, you know, in Venezuela, they put a barricade, not a barricade, but a sanction on Venezuela so strong that it was just like what they did to us in Jerusalem. When they compassed Jerusalem and starved us out, and we started to eat the leather off our garments. We started to boil the leather and eat the leather. And then we turned around and started eating our own children. Down in Venezuela, they did that. Brothers started killing each other for food. You understand? They had piles of bodies by the fence because people was trying to leave. And they wouldn't let them go. You understand? They skipped over Venezuela. Skipped over Honduras. It cost $500 to fly to Honduras. For about $5,500, boy, you get up out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And live a peaceful life for all your days for about $5,500. About $5,500, boy, you can go down there and get you one of the bad Honduran sisters. You know what I'm saying? How you making eggs and tamales for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. Hey, shalom, yo, sugar thigh. What's going on, Cap? La, sir. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up class. All right, come on, sir. All right, come on, sir. Lord of Christ. What was he talking about? What was he saying?
500.
Yeah, $5,500, man. That's what it costs, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's a damn shame that these brothers take so much pride in going out here to Africa and doing so much. And I know that they done spent hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars out there in Africa. You understand? Meanwhile, we got brothers and sisters coming across this border right now. You understand that they don't even want to give a coat to because they ain't a soup kitchen. You understand? Well, listen, now, you understand? What you gonna do in that day when you the one down there in that hole begging for a sandwich, begging for a bag of rice? You understand? Just like how that brother was. What was that brother name in that parable? When he was talking about Lazarus, send your servant Lazarus down here to fetch me some water.
Right.
You understand? But Lazarus was up there in Abraham's bosom. You understand? Listen, man. Gather yourselves together, Akim. Brothers and sisters out here, man. Gather yourselves together, man. Listen, turn on the news. It ain't hard to tell what's happening right now, man. You understand? You tuned in for a reason. You understand? You tuned in for a reason because you looking at the news, you seeing what's happening. You seeing it ain't nothing. The world is past the point of no return. You understand? Listen, man, we down here in what? Greenville, South Carolina, man. Listen, man, I was out working the other day, man. I seen an Apache helicopter just sitting there. Just sitting there. An Apache. You know what Apache is, right? That's the one that got the rockets in them. You can fit 2 people in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one that blows everything up. You know what I'm saying? That's the one that goes to war. That's the one that fights. That's not the one that transport people. That ain't the one that picks stuff up and move it from one place to the other. That's the one with the rockets, with the thermal vision to see 3 stories underground. You understand? See through your whole building. See inside your car.
Right.
You understand? I seen one of them. And you know what else I seen? I seen a bomber fly through the sky right after that. Every night, there's 3 jet planes that patrol the skies in the upstate. You know, it's 3 of them, 3 Harrier jets. And they all land right up there on 85. I caught one landing one day. You understand? Right up there, right off of 85, behind them little Clemson buildings. There's like an air base back there. No sweat. But yeah, so there's like an air base back there. You understand? And that's where the planes be popping up at. Patrol the whole upstate. Like state troopers. You understand? And listen, man, those are weapons of warfare. Them ain't your average everyday vehicles in the sky. Them ain't your average everyday airplanes and helicopters. You understand? You see an Apache, that thing stand out in you. It look just like it do in the movies.
Right.
I said, and it was sitting low too. Like it wasn't sitting high at all. It was just sitting there. I'm like, man, is this thing listening to my phone call? Because I'm definitely talking about Civil War, World War III with a brother right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He pulled up and stopped. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? What is he up to? You know what I'm saying? Somebody called it an airstrike. You know what I'm saying? A chopper gun. That's what if you play Call of Duty, that's the chopper gun.
Right.
That's what the Apache is. The chopper gun. When you call it the chopper gunner, that's what they talking about. The Apache. That's what that is. That's a bad Mount jump. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm gonna pass it over to Precinct Officer God.
ISBK Security now. We got ISBK started on 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Rule from new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're on limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to share the sales of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, you have the Feast of Purim, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Thursday, the 22nd of February, and Friday, the 23rd of February 2024. We're going to have Commander General Yohana joining us on the 22nd of February right here in Simpsonville, South Carolina. And you can read about this in Esther 9-20 through 31. And Ryan Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, shalom.
To me, none of these motherfuckers out here, man. You feel me? No. But don't you fucking try me. Don't ever fucking try me, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm a cool ass nigga at heart, but hey. I never fucked on one who had it coming. And you still trying to play me. The last to be first and the first to be and they still won't fade me. Better lean on me.